welcome back to another video. So if you're feeling really tight today, I got you. We're going to be going through a 10-minute soothing stretch. So let's start in a straddle position. We're going to widen the legs, flex the feet, and let's start with some neck rolls. So moving really slow and intentional here. Go the opposite way. You can reverse as many times as you need to here. Just really feel into your body. Let's take one arm across the body, and we can bring that head over to that opposite shoulder for a nice scalene stretch here. And let's switch sides. Head can come over to that opposite shoulder. This should feel really good. And don't forget to breathe here. Nice deep breaths. Alright, now we are going to flip on over onto all fours. Let's start with some hip circles. So hips are going to go around, keeping the thighs and the knees together and moving just from the outside of the hips. Bringing the pelvis down to the mat and reverse it. This should feel really, really good if you have tight hips. And let's just go into a child's pose here, sitting back on the heels, stretching out the arms, fingertips, reaching towards the front of the mat, head down onto the mat here. And we're going to slowly push into the hands, bringing the pelvis forward. You can roll the neck out here as well if that feels good for you. Just try to keep the shoulders away from the ears, creating space in the neck. Alright, from here we're going to come back into our child's pose, sitting back on the heels, getting a deeper stretch. See if you can walk those fingertips out even more. Stretching out the back, and we're going to bring the hips back down forward, rolling out the neck again, creating space in the chest, in the pelvis, and the torso. Okay, from here we're going to go into a couple cat-cows. So hands are going to be directly under the shoulders, knees directly under your hips, and we're just going to round the back, dropping the chin into the chest, and then opening, creating space in the chest, arching the back. Just go for a couple of rounds here. Now let's kick back one leg. That back leg is going to come towards the edge of the mat, and we're going to bring the outside foot nice and flat to the mat, bringing that arm around the body. We're kind of like in this triangle position, stretching out the side body and the torso, as well as the shoulder, taking some circles with the arms. You can come into a little bit of a back bend here as well. And bringing that arm back down, back to all fours. Let's come back into a couple cat-cows here. Definitely one of my favorite stretches. And let's switch to the other side. So now we're going to kick out that opposite leg, and we're going to start to bring that back foot parallel with the mat, And bringing that front leg to the edge of the mat. Foot is nice and flat. Let's take some arm circles here. This should feel really good, opening up that socket. You might hear some cracking here. Nice big back bend. Stretch it out, arch the back. And let's bring it back to all fours here. Now sitting on the heels, we're just gonna roll out the wrists. So making some circles with the wrists, going the opposite direction. Amazing. Okay, now we're gonna come forward, back onto our hands. We're gonna tuck the toes and lift the hips up into a downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the feet here, stretching out the toes, the arches of the feet, as well as the shoulders. Okay, from here we're gonna bring the knees down and we're gonna come back onto our bums here, so coming into a straddle again, but this time we're just gonna have out one leg, and we're bringing that arm over towards that foot, just stretching enough so we get a little bit of a release here. Remember, this is not for flexibility, this is just to relax the body and to soothe our souls. Now we're going to take that opposite elbow to the mat, taking that counter stretch, rolling out the wrist. And let's switch legs. Opposite leg coming out. Flex the toes, facing up towards the ceiling so we get a deeper hamstring stretch, and bringing that arm towards the foot here. Creating space. And we're going to bring that opposite elbow to the mat, pointing the toe now. Counter stretch. This should feel really good. Roll out the wrist if that feels good for you. And bring it on up. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and we're going to round the back, drop the chin. Now we're going to open the chest, opening up the chin here. Again, closing the chest, rounding the back, and then opening the chest. This should feel good. Sync up your breathing here. And you can take some last stretches here. Let's come back into a straddle, and now we're going to slowly walk the hands out. Wherever you can go, wherever you're comfortable at this moment. Remember, don't push, don't force. Drop the chin and the neck. Just allow yourself to breathe and relax into this stretch. Walk it up slowly. And amazing job. Hope you feel good. See you in the next video. Bye.
Go out and step. 2, go over and a trip.
Good, elbows nice and wide.